What is up? It's the Victor Wilt Show. Technical difficulties running rampant here. Why does this always have to happen on Friday or Monday? It's never in the middle of the week that the systems just aren't working. And this one's a weird one. Selective internet errors. Like, I can't go to Google, okay? I can't get into my email. But I can go to Reddit. But I can't go to our website where I would check out, commercial loads for the day. Completely separate from anything else. It's just not working. What else do we got here? What else could I try? I would assume if Google ain't working, YouTube isn't either. Nope, no YouTube. But let's try Twitter. Working just fine. Well, okay, yeah, working just fine. Let's see here. This is aggravating. I mean, I could still do the show. All right, I can bring you content, do a show. I'm good enough at rambling off random thoughts in my mind. You don't want to know what rambling thoughts I've got going on in my mind right now. But anyhow, we'll be able to make the show happen. But yeah, this is going to make my day very frustrating if things don't start working properly. And I don't think our internet here is something that is as simple as unplug it and plug it back in. Maybe, though. I've never tried. I don't know where, the internet comes from in this building. That's outside of my realm. So anyway, wish me luck on getting going for the day and being able to dig up content to share with you. I guess above all else, we can count on Traffic School, powered by the Advocate, since that's, on you listening to make happen, kicking off at 8:45. As for what we're going to do for the next 2.5 hours, I don't know, but I'll do my best. Made it through rougher days. It's just annoying, I don't need this on a Friday morning. I want to roll into the weekend with not a bit of stress on my mind. Oh, well. We'll just keep trying. Hi. I'm having computer issues. So I had to just walk away from the computer for a few and think about something else. Because that's no fun. Computer issues. Definitely, better things to think about on a Friday morning than the aggravation of my computer system. So this is going to be a fun day if things keep up like they are. All of the websites I need to use are not working. So dumb. So dumb. Friday, I like to try to get ahead of the game as early as possible because as more people get into the building, there will be more and more distractions without question. The first 2 hours of my day, always the most productive. Because there's nobody asking me questions except you listeners. All right? So yeah, I might have to just get into call topics. Get you to run this show. Because the only websites I could bring up, do you really want to know what's trending on Twitter? Twitter sucks now. I can't even fire it up because I see, just stupid things that are clearly being force-fed to the entire audience. It's I don't even follow that person. Why? Why am I seeing their posts? And on my personal page, I have blocked certain people because I just don't want to see their garbage. And it still pops up. It's messed up. It's messed up, bruh. Anyway, I know so far the show has kind of sucked today. But, when I've got computer problems, my brain goes elsewhere and I go, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Anyway, yeah. I mean, doesn't look like I'd want to talk about anything that's trending on Twitter. I guess let's look at this. We'll go to Explore Trending. Oh, it's Friday the 13th, everybody. How about that? I guess it's a great day to watch Jason movies or something. All right. You know, I guess that's why the computer issues are happening. That's why I'm having computer issues. Forget it. Okay. I'm going to take a breather. Because that's what you should do if you get frustrated with something. You just take a deep breath and move along. Show might not make it onto the internet today, that's for sure. Might be a podcast-free day today. Ugh. Oh, well, things don't always work. Oh, all right. I'm doing pretty good at staying calm. So annoyed. The last 24 hours have been challenging for me. Mentally. All right? If you listened to the show yesterday morning right at 6 a.m., I talked about my issue with my cat. Getting outside, getting in a fight right before I go to work, coming in with a bloody head, and then I got to clean his wounds, and he's all mad. So that was an annoying start to the day. Work was, I suppose, fine. I didn't accomplish as much as I would like, but it was fine. When I got home, I figured, all right, you made it through an annoying day. It's Thursday. It's almost Friday. It's going to be a great afternoon. I got a little bit of grocery shopping done. I'm in my kitchen putting away groceries, all is well. Then I got a package in the mail, so I opened it to make sure everything in it was fine. Was like, okay, cool. And I was just kind of stashing the stuff in my room. And I start hearing this scratching sound. I'm like, what is that? Are the cats messing with the box? They playing in the box that these items came in? So I go back into the dining room and no, the cats are just eating because I had just fed them. As happens when I get home each day, they want to eat. So I go back in my room and I start hearing the scratching again. Like, that's weird. Go in my closet and I can hear the scratching a little bit better. Trying to pinpoint, where is this scratching? Sounded like there's an animal in my ceiling. I'm like, oh, how does this happen? What kind of critter could have possibly gotten into my house? I'm the only one there who comes and goes. I would notice. I didn't leave the back door open. There's no way that an animal could get into my house, or so I thought. So I can hear it in the bathroom. I can hear it in the closet. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go upstairs, and see if it sounds like it's coming from the floor. So I get upstairs and I can still kind of hear it. I go into the guest bedroom, my daughter's old bedroom, open up the closet, and it's, I'm hearing it even better. I'm like, okay, it sounds like it's behind the closet. Weird. Well, there's a little attic space you can access through that closet, kind of in the side. It looks like a little, I don't know, a door for some kind of an elf or something. It's a small door. My daughter was always terrified of this little attic space. So the closet's filled up with a bunch of stuff that blocks it off. So I take everything out of the closet, open up this little door, and, I've never climbed into this space because I'm kind of claustrophobic, and I don't know if the boards in there are, stable. Are you going to go crashing through the floor into the kitchen? So I didn't want to climb in all the way, but I leaned in as far as I could and looked around. There's a small space behind the closet, and I can't see anything, but I'm hearing that scratching. And I noticed there are a number of pipes back there. There's the tube from the exhaust fan from the bathroom on the main floor. This is going to be a long break, okay? Just a heads up. I got to do what I can to fill time with computer problems. So anyway, this story is kind of wild, or at least it was to me. So I'm hearing the scratching. I see these pipes, and I determine, okay, there's something in one of these pipes. What is it? My best guess, a squirrel, based on the size of the pipe. How it got in, I'm like, okay, it had to climb into this thing through the roof. So go outside, I get this long ladder. Thankfully, I have a long ladder. I extend it as far as it can go because my roof is not a roof you can stand on. It's an A-frame house, and the roof is very steep. Like, I'm sure there are some people, tightrope walkers or something, who would be able to stand up. Not me, okay? I am not going to stand on the roof because I do not want to break my neck. So I get the ladder to stretch just far enough that I can get up probably too high on the rungs, probably higher than I should be, but I was able to, really leverage it into the ground so it felt solid and lean on the roof and kind of just get up over this pipe. I get my phone out and I look down in the pipe, and yes, there's a squirrel in there, and it's stuck and it can't get out of the pipe. Now, I thought it was the exhaust fan, exhaust from my bathroom, but it turns out after some Googling, this is a pipe that comes from your plumbing, and it's like a gas exhaust or something. So you've got to get this cleared out. And there's nobody I can call because it's after 5 o'clock. I was going to call animal control. Like, what do I do? Help! There's a squirrel stuck in the pipe. So I was like, all right, maybe I can get it to climb out with a stick. So I break a branch off the tree that's, by me up on the ladder. And I stick the branch down, and the squirrel ain't moving. And I'm sure it was just terrified. You've got a human being staring down the pipe at you with a bright, bright flashlight, apparently poking you with a stick. So I take the stick out. I'm like, what am I going to do? Get off the ladder. I go in my garage, start looking for something better. And I found a walking stick that my friend Ryan Seek from Arizona had given to one of my kids. It was made out of a section of a saguaro cactus. Look up dried saguaro cactus. So it's, a smaller stick, but it's straight, just completely straight. I'm like, all right, I could stick that straight down the pipe and maybe it'll grab onto it and climb out. This isn't a pipe I could stick my arm down. It's too skinny for that. And even if it was wide enough, I don't think I could reach down and grab the squirrel. Also, would you want to grab a squirrel by the head? Would you? No. I don't need rabies. I don't know what the squirrels are packing. So I'm not going to, I couldn't. But even if I could, I wouldn't grab the squirrel by the head. So I put the saguaro cactus walking stick down there. Squirrel won't move. I'm like, is it stuck? Is it actually stuck? So, I'm trying to gently nudge the squirrel with the stick. And I managed to scoot it a little bit. So I'm like, okay. And it was alive. I'm like, all right, it's not stuck, like crammed in there. It's just scared. So I'm thinking, and I go, all right, well, I've got some bungee cords in my garage, tie down type bungee cords. Get one that's about 3 feet long, about perfect length to get down to where the squirrel is. And I just hooked the hook of the bungee on the top edge of the pipe, drop it down into the tube, and it goes right down, just right down to where the squirrel's at. So, I can see it has access to the nylon bungee. And I'm like, all right, all I can really do is hope that the squirrel can use this bungee cord like a rope to climb out of the tube. But it ain't moving. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm just going to go inside. So I went inside, watched an episode of Yellow Jackets with my lady. And she went to bed. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go check and see if this squirrel got out of the pipe in my roof. So I go back outside, climb the ladder again. And every time I'm on the ladder, I'm nervous because it's, I'm pretty high up there and I'm not the most coordinated. So I get up there, the bungee's still attached to the pipe. I'm like, all right, well, here we go. Look down in the pipe and the bungee cord's all tore up. But it's tore up really close to the top of the cord that was looped around the top of the pipe. Pull the bungee out, look down in the pipe. The squirrel managed to get out. I saved a squirrel. I rescued a squirrel and saved myself who knows how much money with a plumber or somebody having to come over, animal control, to try to get this squirrel out of my roof. So with a little ingenuity, trying to think like a squirrel. What kind of rope would work for a squirrel? I got the squirrel out and there was no more scratching sounds. And I was relieved. I was relieved. Because you don't want... for one, I felt bad for the squirrel. But two, you don't want a dead squirrel clogging up any kind of pipe in your house. I don't know what this would cost, but I don't have extra money for this kind of thing right now. Especially after my cat getting in a fight. I'm like, is he going to have to go to the vet? I'm racking up money left and right, racking up bills in my head. Well, so far the cat's doing okay. After the cleansing I gave him yesterday with peroxide, and everything's good with the squirrels. But that was my day, and it was very stressful, aggravating. Now I walk in here and my computer doesn't work. So I am definitely ready for the weekend. I don't know about you, but there you go. There's my tale of squirrel, but I saved the day. I did my good deed yesterday, saving a squirrel. So pat myself on the back for that. Okay, so anyway, when it comes to learning a lot about squirrels, another thing that I learned that I was very concerned could possibly happen is when squirrels climb into these, drain pipes in people's roofs, and they start freaking out going, how am I going to get out of here? They start running through the pipes in your house, trying to figure out an exit. And occasionally they'll spot a little bit of light. And that light is the light coming from your toilet. And they will climb through the pipe, go through a little bit of water, and all of a sudden, you've got a squirrel in your toilet. Yeah, this happens to people. Now, it's not super common, but it can happen. There have been people, they walk into their bathroom, and you got a squirrel in the toilet. Or people will just find a squirrel in their house. They're like, how on earth did this squirrel get into my house? And why is he all wet and reeking of dookie? No, generally they climb through a clean toilet that's been recently flushed. But, no, I got 2 cats. The last thing I need is a squirrel that's covered in toilet water running from the cats all over my house. Oh! So, while I'm dealing with the squirrel in the pipe on the roof, I start getting freaked out that the squirrel's going to climb out of my toilet. And I got 3 toilets. So, I run down to the basement, I shut the lid on that toilet, go to the main floor, shut the lid, upstairs, shut the lid. And then I'm just, periodically checking. All right, do we got a squirrel in here? We got a squirrel in the toilet? Thankfully, no squirrels in the toilet. But if you ever have a squirrel pop up in your toilet, or you see a soaking wet squirrel running around your house with no explanation, that's likely what could have happened. Climbed in the drain pipe out of your roof, the gas exhaust. And, they'll do whatever they can to get out. Oh, squirrels, man. So anyway, just thought I'd share that fun factoid with you. Squirrels can climb out of your toilet. Is this how it happens in places like Australia? It's got to be. Snakes climb into these drain pipes in your roof, and then they crawl out the toilet. It's kind of horrifying depending on where you live. What kind of small critters are out and about in your area? We got squirrels here. I'm not too worried about a snake being able to get on my roof. It's possible, but chances are pretty slim. What if you live, I don't know, again in Australia or Florida? You got those iguanas, lizards. You could get all kinds of weird stuff in your roof in Florida. No wonder people are weird.
Some people can't be helped.
Wait, what?
What?
The genius of the day.
Welcome back, Dum Dum.
On K-Bear 101.
Let's begin.
right, haven't done a genius of the day in a while. Headed down to Florida. A common place to find a genius of the day. All right, if you've been paying attention to the news recently, healthcare is a very big topic in the news right now. I'm sure you have seen some of the discussion about, what happened with the CEO in New York City and that guy, Luigi Mangione. Okay, Florida woman apparently paying attention to the news as well. She had gotten some type of denial from her insurance company for a medical charge. Her insurance company being Blue Cross Blue Shield. So she's on the phone fighting with them about this. And the last thing you should probably do right now is make threats toward your insurance company, okay? I think that people in that industry are concerned about threats right now. So this Florida woman, she ends her call with them by saying, delay, deny, depose. You people are next. Where do you think she is right now? Yeah, she's in jail. Delay, deny, depose, I believe were phrases written on the bullet casings during that shooting in New York. And it's kind of become this rallying cry for people upset with the healthcare industry. I mean, as we know, the healthcare industry in the U.S. is a disaster, and it needs to be fixed for sure. There are too many people that aren't able to get the care they need. But you can't threaten the insurance company. You're going to go to jail. Look at that delay, deny, depose phrase, though. Is that going to be like, the new live, laugh, love? How many people are getting that put up on their wall right now? You're going to see it. I can't believe I have not seen that pop up on Reddit yet in the cursive writing, over the fireplace next to the family photo. It's going to happen. Guaranteed. Somebody's going to post that photo and it'll go viral. But anyway, be careful. If you make threats toward people, you can go to jail, okay? If you make threats. Now, I thought when it came to making threats, because we've talked about this on Traffic School, powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys, which is happening in about an hour, I thought you had to be able to, actually pull off the threat or something. But I don't know. I think just the times we're in, you're risking serious criminal charges monkeying around like that. So trust me, I've had aggravating calls with doctors and or insurance companies before. You've got to stay calm. It's hard, but you've got to stay calm. Jail ain't worth it. Freak news powered by Grease Monkey, voted Idaho's best oil change. All right, some people do not appreciate a yo mama joke. All right, got to be careful. I mean, the average person probably gonna turn the other cheek at a yo mama joke, but there are psychos out there. Somebody might attack you, So you should always be cautious. Only make yo mama jokes to your really good friends. And if you're a teacher, you should definitely not be making yo mama jokes to students in your classroom, all right? Allegedly, this teacher in Georgia stood up in front of the class and for some reason told the entire class he left his shoes at TJ's mom's house. Hey, TJ, guess what, man? I left my shoes at your mom's house. Oh, TJ got mad. So TJ gets up, gets in the teacher's face like, don't talk about my mama. Don't you talk about my mom. And the teacher picked him up and chucked him across the room. Yeah, there's video of it, of course. Yeah. You got a disruption happening in class in this day and age. Somebody's busting out a phone. So, after the kid was thrown into a bunch of desks, the teacher grabbed TJ, shoved him out of the classroom, and let's see, what did the Savannah Chatham County Public School System say an incident involving a teacher and a student was reported. Following the report, thorough statements were collected. The teacher was immediately reassigned to an alternate location. That's it? You would think if a teacher chucked a student into a bunch of desks, they wouldn't just move them to a different school. I don't really agree with that kind of practice for dealing with problems. It's not the first industry I've seen do that. Jeez. Let's see. His mother said he's frightened to return to school. Well, yeah. Yeah, if your teacher first off makes a yo mama joke and then throws you into a bunch of desks, you know, you're not going to want to go back, even if he did get moved to a different school. Jeez. Yeah, I would hope this guy gets fired, but it's not up to me. All right. And again, everything here is alleged. All right. Well, what else do we have? Vandals in Bend, Oregon, putting googly eyes on outdoor sculptures, and local officials don't like it. They do not think this is funny. I'm looking at some type of a sphere, a metal sphere with googly eyes on it. Looks pretty fun. Got a deer sculpture with a mother and a baby deer with the googly eyes. All right, the city claims that it's cost them $1,500 to take the googly eyes off of these sculptures because of the adhesive on the eyes. They're like, the adhesive, we're going to need some strong solvents to remove the adhesive residue. After the show, I guess I'll call the city of Bend, Oregon, and let them know, hey, there's a product you could pick up at Walmart. It's called Goo Gone. What's that going to run? $5-10? I don't know. Maybe these sculptures are made out of material you can't use Goo Gone on. But I can't imagine that plastic googly eyes removal, it's not like spray paint or something. But again, you shouldn't put googly eyes on things. It is vandalism, even if it made the sculptures more fun, okay? Sometimes, no matter how fun something is, you shouldn't do it. Google says it has accessed parallel universes. I can't read this on the actual Google website because Google's one of the websites that aren't working here in the building right now. But yeah, I guess they've got some kind of new quantum chip, and they're like, yeah, it's tapping into parallel universes to achieve its results. It's the greatest chip of all time. It's the best. They said it performed a computation in under 5 minutes that would take one of today's fastest supercomputers 10 septillion years. Seems like a bold claim. If we're going to access parallel universes, can we do something more fun than, just computations? How about what's happening in the parallel universe? That'd be great. Are there other versions of ourselves? Are there a million different universes? A billion? An infinite number of different universes where every possible, thing that could play out is playing out? All right, I'm getting kind of a little extra sci-fi here. It's Google's fault, though, claiming we accessed parallel universes. All right, dudes. We're going to need some proof, all right? I'm going to need some proof. Anybody can claim anything. All right, freak news. Powered by Grease Monkey. Voted Idaho's best oil change, and we'll be back in just a moment. I don't want to hear about it. Don't mention it. I've got my head in the sand. It's not snowing outside.
It doesn't exist if we deny it.
No, be careful out there, everybody. There is snow. I haven't heard of any wrecks or anything like that, but minor weather during the first snowfalls of the year. There's always people who forget how to drive, so be careful. Be careful.
And it's usually people from here. I can tell you that much.
Let's not get in that argument again, Peaches.
I can easily tell you.
We're not going to get in this argument again. We all know where the worst drivers come from. So you said you had something for the show.
Yeah, I found a subreddit called r/fridge detective. I don't know if you've heard of this.
I have not.
Basically, you post a picture of your fridge with the doors open. That you show people what's inside. They try to investigate how your life is going by looking at the inside of your fridge.
All right, let's look at somebody's fridge here. All right, this looks like single dude here because we've got a bunch of Stouffer's meals in the freezer. And then inside of the fridge, a variety of beverages. We've got LaCroix, water, and Gatorade. So I'm guessing this is a sober person that doesn't have very much money. That's where I'm at. Let's see what they said in the comments here. Divorced dad fridge, is that what they're going to say? You arrange your TV dinners like Scrabble pieces just for the picture, but they're regularly thrown about and piled on one another. You're single. Keep LaCroix in your fridge because it reminds you of your ex-girlfriend. It was her favorite drink. You cling on to this desperate memory in hopes that she will come back to you over your shared love of sparkling beverage. Sorry, that might have been me on the last part. All right. LaCroix is a fine beverage for anyone. I don't think you could say you keep it around to remind you of your ex. Maybe you just like a nice sparkling beverage. Look, I'm drinking this Cascade Ice.
I'm drinking my bubbly in the other room.
Yeah, I like it. It's a nice crisp beverage. You know, it's not great, but it's fine. It's fine. So let's see here. I mean, I'm guessing most of these are going to be... That kind of looks like my fridge. 10 million condiments and a bunch of beverages inside.
My fridge has nothing in it besides condiments in the little door thing there.
Yeah,
That's about it. There's nothing else.
This one's actually kind of similar to mine. We've got kombucha. You got 10 billion condiments. You've got polar seltzer water, which I do have polar seltzer water in my fridge. They've also got fruits and vegetables and actual food, so now it is no longer like mine. Oh, and they've got a ferret climbing into the bottom. That would be Lucy if it was my house. Lucy.
Or a squirrel.
Looking around. It could be a squirrel. Could be a squirrel. Be careful, everybody. You never know how a squirrel is going to end up in your home. Did you know squirrels can come out of your toilet?
I feel like anything can come out of your toilet at this point. After the stories that I've read, that's why I flush beforehand, and then I'm like terrified.
See, but flushing might suck the animal that's in your pipes into your toilet.
Oh.
Because they get into this, this
That's
drain
terrifying.
thing.
I don't want to even think about that.
I know.
I'm about to go into a bucket.
Well, hopefully they'd end up in your upstairs neighbors first, because they're going to come in through the pipes in the roof. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But you never know.
They've been a little loud as of late. For some reason, I believe they're a little bit older than me, and they feel the need, it's necessary to sprint around the building, and I don't know why. So I've started sprinting around the building, too, and I shake up the whole place.
I was trying to look at more fridges, but...
Did your computer crash again?
It's not loading. Yeah, now Reddit's not working. Maybe Jade's working on the problem.
He better be.
I hope so.
We got shows to do. We got plenty of stuff to work on.
Well...
Got deadlines. Let's get it fixed.
The only thing that cannot be accomplished right now that I would say is using a script timer on VCreative. It does appear that you can upload spots and things like... Well, no. Now VCreative... Now I can't do anything. So, what you're going to have to do, Peaches, is dive in to the old brain and talk about your life. That's what you're going to have to do. No prep, or you'll have to use your cell phone to find
relentlessly
content.
Calling in right now?
Yeah. I guess we can see what they want.
Like they comment the whole driving thing that we talked about earlier?
Probably.
Let's see.
Let's find out.
Let's see if they can stay on topic, or if they request some obscure song. K-Bear,
you're live on the show. Keep that in mind. Oh, they hung up. Fine.
I don't want to be on the air. I'm scared.
Fine.
My joke is too raunchy. I can't say it.
Well, anyway, like I pointed out earlier, due to the computer issues we're having, you may have a little bit of extra time to get entered to win those lottery tickets. So,
yeah, I was about to say I'm going to shut it off this morning.
Well, so you think?
Well, I can easily just... we can't even access the site, can we?
I don't know. I haven't tried. riverbendmediagroup.com. Let's see. Drum roll. Well, like I said, right now I'm not getting anything. So I think that they're in the middle of fixing things.
I'm waiting for that team. We've taken down the internet email.
Yeah. Well, you can't get it. Well, I guess you can get in on data on your phone. So, okay. Riverbend Media Group calendar just came up. So maybe things are starting to work now. Okay. This person's calling again. K-Bear, you're live on the show. Keep that in mind. Who's this?
Hey, it's Zach. How's it going?
Zach, good. What's up?
Hey, so I'm just curious on, you said that we should all know who the worst drivers are, but who are they?
Oh, come on. Everybody knows who the worst drivers are.
mean, I have to say, like, number one is Maine, but
Maine?
second would have to be, like, North Carolina.
What are you talking
Dude,
about?
I'm telling you, the southern states are the absolute worst. I don't know about Maine, but Mississippi, statistically, is the worst state when it comes to vehicular manslaughter, a whole bunch of accidents, everything.
Okay, all I know is when I go to the most aggravating drivers...
You've never been to Mississippi, have you?
I've never been to Mississippi, no. So I can't judge them. But I have been to New York City, and I've been to L.A., and that's where the most aggravating drivers I've personally dealt with were.
You got to drive aggressively out there. It's a whole lot different compared to here.
Yeah, I mean, and I know how to keep the pace with everybody, but, I'm talking about people driving like complete idiots.
Well, we had this record rep not that long ago that showed up, and then he just barged his way into the street.
Perfect example
he's
of
bringing the mentality of like, oh, I'm driving in downtown, whatever city
I know.
he's from.
That's the thing. Things run at a different pace here. When you move here, you got to stop driving like that. It takes 10 minutes to get anywhere. Slow down, Because, Aaron.
You're saying California is the worst drivers.
Yeah, well, them or New Yorkers. That was my experience.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, just out of curiosity, who should we call if we get in an accident today?
If you get in an accident today, I hope you know who to call. The Advocates Injury Attorneys, and we're going to kick off traffic school here in about 30 minutes. So,
Have a good day, guys.
You too, man. Peace. Yeah, be careful out there. Don't drive like an idiot. It's the Victor Wilt Show. Peaches just popped in and said he had something for the show.
Yeah, I'm laughing so hard at this one reel. I was going to bring this up in the noon hour today, but I'm like, you know what? I need to tell Victor about it now. This guy tried getting his dad in trouble by using AI. Now,
okay,
he had a picture of his dad by himself. He's like, hey, Dad, pose against this wall. Took a photo of him smiling, right? Takes a picture of one of the stars of 1,000 Pound Sisters and puts it on the TV together and uses AI to make them kiss each other.
Okay.
Now the mom, who's older too, just like the dad, the son goes, hey, look, Dad's cheating on you on the TV.
Oh, jeez.
And he has AI kissing. So she's cussing at him in Spanish. And the son's like, no, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. But she actually got mad and had to leave.
Dude, some of the AI kissing videos I've seen making the rounds are really funny.
So I was going to do the same thing with my dad today and put a picture of him with like Scarlett Johansson and be like, Mom, look what Dad did.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I've had a few good laughs seeing some of the AI kissing videos. The AI videos are getting better and better all the time. I know during the election there was like Trump and Kamala making out. That was pretty funny.
I was going to put the picture of my dad with Tommy Lasorda, the former Dodgers manager, be like, whoa, I didn't see this back when my dad, because, Tommy's dead now. So I thought it would be funny to put that in there too.
Yeah, I think, people should just run rampant with it. Run rampant with the kissing videos.
Well, there was a video popping up recently about this company that's now made AI like videos actually realistic, and a lot of people are putting angry react, sad react, saying down with this. So I wonder exactly how AI is going to be treated in the near future. Because Call of Duty's already using it.
Yeah, they got to figure out a way for videos when they get to this point that you can't really tell what's real and what isn't. Some way that they can run them through some type of software to determine if there's any type of AI involved. Because, it's going to get to the point where people are just going to be denying anything. Like, that wasn't me, that was AI.
Right.
No, I was not fake.
You know that Spotify AI podcast, the Wrapped AI podcast that we were talking about?
Yeah.
Where they have two pretend AI DJs to talk about your Wrapped, your results for the year.
Yeah.
And both of them, stereotypical DJ voices, they're going, oh, yeah, I was going to say that too. And like they're going back and forth about my top songs of the year. My favorite thing that it said, I wish I recorded it. I'm sure I can get a clip of it. The girl goes, your top song, wait for it, drum roll, is Cut, Bleed, Repeat, by Project Vengeance. And the guy in the background goes, that was my favorite song of the year too. I was just busting up laughing last night listening to that. Cut up.
Sorry, Peaches. I thought you were done.
No, it's okay.
All right. Well, I didn't mean to sabotage your break. Ow! Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Wilt Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.